Well, Duke, where the hell are we going today?
We're gonna go to Pinchabolio's record ranch.
Oh, Lord, not that asshole again. Bless his heart.
The same. Now get on your horse.
Hey everybody, from the great state of Texas, it's Pinchabolio and time for Pinchabolio's Record Ranch. And real quick, before we go any further, I'd like to say hi and thank you to all of my new subscribers. And a huge thank you to my buddy Paul, Baraka P. Dub, down in Houston, who promoted my channel on his most recent video. This video is going to be a little different. I'm not going to be talking about specific bands or specific records in this video. I've got some complaints about certain facets of the vinyl community, and if you agree with me, fine. If you don't agree with me, fine. I really don't care. I'm just throwing my cards on the table with this video, just getting this crap off my chest, because there's some stuff out there that just really irritates me. And yeah, I am curious to see if you guys feel the same way or not. Maybe, who knows, whatever. But before I do, there's one thing I would like to mention about Baraka P. Dub that I think is really cool, and this ties in with what I'm going to be talking about in this video. When Paul makes a sound comparison video, the man will have 2 copies of the same album, 3 copies, 6 copies of the same album, but he never tells you which one is good, which ones are bad. He just leaves everything open and subjective, which is so damn refreshing compared to everything else I see on YouTube. But I'll get into that here in a minute. But what does Paul do? He always does this, well, there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. It's all up to you. It depends on what you like. It depends on your ears, it depends on your sound system, how well it's set up, how you like to listen to your music, the environment you listen to your music in. It's totally subjective, and that's a very crucial part of this hobby. So, anyway, without further ado, let me just go on and get to the complaints, because I just want to get this over with. I'm curious if you guys feel the same way or not, but the first complaint I've got is, you got these guys out there who make YouTube videos, and they're really nothing more than just unpaid promotion people for reissue labels. Doesn't matter what the reissue label is, that's not the question. It's just every time some new or some classic album gets reissued on vinyl, here they are holding it up. Oh, here it is, I got my copy. And if there's multiple pressings of the same reissued album, they have to have them all too. Here's the 45 RPM cut. Here's the 33 and a third RPM cut. Here's the one that's a boxed set, that's an audiophile edition. Here's another one that's got a huge mountain on the label with the wizard on top going, yeah! I'll go to them all. And they don't ever talk about, is it a good album? Is it a bad album? Is it, somewhere in between? No, they don't talk about that. They just go, yeah, they sound really great. Yeah, how does it sound? The sound, Okay, well, if it sounds good, then okay, fine, but what good is it if it sounds good but the album sucks, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And these are the same guys who also do the videos about, oh, was it digital? Oh, is it analog? Oh, here's a new reissue of some classic jazz album, and it's all analog, and it's straight off the original master tapes. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God. Guys, look, the original pressings were cut from the original master tapes too. This is not anything different or unique, but I don't know, they think it is. So, that's one irritating thing. And then, of course, I mentioned, Baraka P. Dub with the open-minded, subjective, hey, you like what you like. There's the exact opposite of what he does. You've got these guys out there that have 15, 20 different pressings of the same album from all around the world and from different time periods. Original pressings, new reissues, stuff floating somewhere in between, and then you got your flashy audiophile editions too. Yeah. And these guys sit there and review them all. Yeah, this one sucks. This one's anemic. This one's garbage. This one's crap. But this is the one you need to buy. You got to get the British pressing that's got 3A and 2B on the dead wax or whatever, because if you don't have this, then you suck, you're a loser, you're a whatever, and you start looking up that specific copy on Discogs, and what do you find? The damn thing's like $300. Like, no, I think I'll be happy with my little $10 copy that I picked up a few months ago. Thank you. But, or if they sell records, then they're trying to sell you on one certain, all these suck except for the brand new reissue that's, 2 LPs cut at 45 RPM that I sell in my store for $50. Oh, and by the way, all the other ones that I said suck, I sell those for $20 each. I'm like, oh man, you're a douchebag. I can't stand stuff like this. And that brings me to another very important thing that I want to complain about, is the in my opinion, artificially inflated prices on used records. I cannot stand this. Now, I'm gonna run the risk of sounding like an old man. In my day, Coca-Cola only cost 5 cents. I don't care. I don't care how it sounds. The truth is the truth. When I was a teenager, back in the mid-90s, I could go to half-price books with 40 or 50 bucks and come out with a fat stack of LPs like this. And I'm not talking about, bargain bin stuff. We're not talking Lawrence Welk and Mantovani or whatever. I mean, we're talking primo classic rock stuff. The Beatles, Zeppelin, Floyd. I was an obsessive Monty Python fan at that point, so I'm sure in the stack there'd be at least 1 or 2 Python albums, or, well, knowing me, probably 3, 4, or 5 Python albums. But, you could buy the stuff for fairly cheap. Of course, also, this was in the mid-90s. Nobody wanted vinyl at that point. Oh, what's wrong with you? You're buying records? You're an idiot. You're supposed to buy CDs. Well, I was the idiot that was still buying the records because they were cheap and they sounded better and they were cooler. And you could also look at the album cover and read the artwork, or read the liner notes and look at the artwork. I'll get it right here in a minute. You look at the artwork and read the liner notes without having to do this number, which I'm really having to do a lot of these days. Oh, hang on, my arm's not long enough. Wait, shit. But you can get the stuff for cheap, and the reason I bring this up is, I'm tired. Number one, I'm tired of these guys that sell records, and they think they're sitting on a gold mine, and they know stuff about different pressings and different stuff and the dead wax and the codes and the dead wax. But they rely on the fact that most folks probably don't know about stuff like that. They don't know how to read the dead wax codes. They don't know about this pressing versus that pressing. So they take advantage of people and overinflate the prices. Something that really should be sold for 10 bucks. It's got some ring wear and the seams are splitting and it's got some scuffs and some very faint hairline scratches. And maybe it's got the original inner sleeve, maybe it doesn't, who knows. The damn thing really should be sold for like 10 bucks or less, No, they think they're sitting on a gold mine, so they're going to sell it for $75, and then other people see that it's going for $75, and, well, hey, my copy's better than that. I'm going to sell mine for $150, and then off you go. And it just, I don't get it. I don't want to understand. It just pisses me off. It just really, and the second reason why it pisses me off is because, again, going back to the whole thing when I was a teenager and cheaper prices, it really pisses me off that, the teenagers and the 20-somethings these days who are getting into vinyl nowadays, they don't have what I had and what we pretty much all had in that same time period. You could go to a store with very little money and pick up some really cool stuff and enjoy it. Nowadays, you drop $100 in a record store, you're probably walking out with 3 albums, 4 albums, something like that. If you're lucky, 4 albums, depending on what it is. I just wish that the kiddos these days, that they could have what we had. back then. Because one of the cool things about buying stuff for cheaper prices is you can experiment more. You're digging through the racks and you find stuff that you know you've heard them already, and you want them. But then you find something that somebody's told you about a long time ago, and oh, you know what? So and so was telling me that was a really good album. Yeah, it's $3 and pretty good shape. Yeah, I'll take a chance on it. Nowadays, it's $25 or more or something. Just can't stand it. Can't stand it. But what else is there? Oh, there was a lot of stuff that was going through my mind earlier today. Been going through my mind for several days now. What else was there? Mentioned the collectors. Oh yeah, the other thing. Yeah, there are guys out there on YouTube that. Well, actually two things. The guys that want to tell you which pressings you need to buy. Usually quite often they're sitting in front of, a sound system that's tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And, who the hell can afford that? Just, they're going to make the decision for you based on their superior sound system. Yeah, I'm tired of that, but really the thing I wanted that really popped into my mind was my mind's going blank. I need to go back to sleep. What was going through my mind was that these guys that the guys that clearly there are people out there on YouTube that have record collections, and they're not buying the records simply because they love music and they love the sound that you get from vinyl. They're doing it for investment purposes. These are the guys who want to go out and get the most perfect, flawless pressings of fill-in-the-blank album that they can possibly find, whether it's an original pressing or a new pressing or somewhere in between. They want absolute perfection to go with their $10,000 or $100,000 sound system, because somewhere along the line down the road they're going to cash these things in and see if they can make a bunch of money. They can add to their retirement fund or 401k. And I'm not against investing in anything. People have done it forever and a day. You get married, you buy a house, and then the kids grow up and move out and go off to college, and then you retire and you sell the house, and you got your retirement fund, and then you got the money from the house. And probably doesn't work that way anymore with the economy and the way it is, but I don't have a problem with investing, but when it comes to stuff like this, there's just some things that, that do you really have to have a collector price tag on everything? So I don't know. But anyway, these were just some random thoughts that were going through my mind. And guys, I'm really sorry right now. I wanted to do this video pretty quick just to, kind of get another video out there and get this stuff off my chest. And I'm gonna go back and watch this here in a second, and hopefully it actually is coherent. If not, then I'm probably not even gonna post it. But I don't know. Really, with complaining about this stuff, I guess in some ways this is one way of showcasing what you cannot expect from my channel if you're a new subscriber. If you've been watching my videos, the videos I've put out already, that plus this should give you an idea of what you can expect. I can't stand the audiophile scene. I cannot stand the record collector scene. I know there's people out there like that, and to each his own, but it just seems that more often than not, the kind of snobby element of the vinyl community is what seems to be more prevalent than anything else out there on the internet. And really, we need to have space for differing opinions. And if I can do that on this channel, at least in my own little way, then hey, I think that's a success. Because you know, not everybody out there is a record collector and has to have perfect audiophile editions of their albums and have these perfect flawless sound systems and, you know, act all snobby like wine connoisseurs. You know, oh, the 91 Zinfandel is better than the 1983 Zinfandel. Oh, you know, I'm tired of all of that stuff. I would much rather see a lot of videos of just plain Jane people, you know. Hey, I went to the record store and I picked up this and I picked up that, and hey, this is cool. And you know, I'm tired of the know-it-alls and, you know, the self-proclaimed experts. You guys really need to back off a little bit. So anyway, like I said, I'm rambling here, and yeah, I, you know, need to get some sleep because this has not been a good day for sleep. So anyway, all right. Well, hope you guys are doing okay, and forgive my rambling. I just want to get this video out there and see what people think, and like it or not, whatever. I'm just letting you know where I stand. So, see you guys later, and the next few videos will be actually records instead of me rambling on. Okay, y'all. See you later.